With the ever-expanding catalog of Netflix original films, it can be difficult deciding what to watch. To help separate out the good from the bad, I'll count down the top 10 original movies on Netflix released over the last couple of years that you can watch right now. As always, these will be our personal favorites. Of course, let us know in the comments your favorite Netflix film you've seen recently. Let's get started. Starting off our countdown, coming in at number 10 is the action-adventure Japanese film Golden Kamuy. Based on the manga series of the same name, this is one that flew under the radar for most people. The story takes place during the early 20th century in Japan, as various parties take place in a treasure hunt for a hidden stash of gold. Golden Kamuy has tons of action, with scenes that are very reminiscent of those found in Quentin Tarantino films. Coming in at number 9 is the British biographical film Scoop, directed by Philip Martin. In the lead roles are Gillian Anderson, Billie Piper, Keely Hawes, and Rufus Sewell. Inspired by real events, it's an inside look of how the women of a BBC News program secured the now infamous interview with Prince Andrew about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. With an outstanding cast and fantastic writing, Scoop is highly watchable. In at number 8 is the British psychological thriller Luther, the Fallen Son. Idris Elba reprises his role as DCI John Luther from the popular TV series that ran for 5 seasons. The story starts out with Luther in prison as a serial killer terrorizes London. Having been humiliated by his failure to capture the psychopath, Luther decides to break out of prison to finish the job by any means necessary. While the story for Luther, the Fallen Son, does not live up to the high standards of the series, it's still an enjoyable watch from beginning to end. In the number 7 spot is the science fiction comedy mystery They Cloned Tyrone. It stars Jamie Foxx, John Boyega, and Teyonah Parris as an unlikely trio who uncover a nefarious government conspiracy involving cloning. To be honest, this is one that we had low expectations for, but surprisingly, it's suspenseful, smartly written, funny at times, with fantastic performances from the entire cast. They Cloned Tyrone is a thought-provoking, must-watch film for true fans of science fiction. Coming in at number 6 is the action thriller film The Killer. It's directed by David Fincher, whose other works include Zodiac, Fight Club, and Seven. It stars Michael Fassbender as a professional assassin who embarks on an international vendetta after a hit goes wrong. For an action film, in which there are great action scenes, the pacing can be a little slow at times. Where The Killer excels at is creating a captivating mood and suspense. Fassbender's performance is stellar as well. Now for the top half of our countdown, Reptile comes in at number 5. Directed by Grant Singer, it stars Benicio del Toro as Tom Nichols, a detective in New England. Following the brutal murder of a young real estate agent, Tom must uncover the truth in a case where nothing is as it seems, while also dismantling the illusions in his own life. Despite its slow pacing, Reptile will keep you engaged with solid acting and an engrossing mystery. Coming in at number 4 is the fantasy short film The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Clocking in at only 39 minutes, and based on a short story by Roald Dahl, it stars Benedict Cumberbatch as a wealthy man who decides to master an extraordinary skill in order to cheat at gambling. It's a fantastic, unique story with strong performances. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar also won an Oscar for Best Live-Action Short Film at the 2024 Academy Awards. Before we get to our top 3, here are some honorable mentions we enjoyed that just may be worth your time to watch. The dark fantasy film starring Millie Bobby Brown, Damsel. The science fiction drama starring Adam Sandler, Spaceman. The comedy film about Pop-Tarts starring Jerry Seinfeld, Unfrosted. The spy action thriller starring Gal Gadot, Heart of Stone. And the family-friendly fantasy adventure animated film Orion and the Dark. Now for our top 3, and coming in at number 3 is the Spanish survival drama film Society of the Snow, based on the book of the same name. Set in 1972, the film details the true story of a Uruguayan rugby team's experience after their plane crashed in the Andes Mountains, where the survivors must find a way to survive one of the world's toughest environments. While some of the details of the story are horrifying, the directing, acting, and cinematography are top-notch. Society of the Snow is the third film to tell this tragic story. Having seen all three, it's definitely the best. In the runner-up spot, coming in at number 2, is the action thriller Extraction 2. Following the successful debut of the first film, Chris Hemsworth reprises his role as Tyler Rake, a Black Ops mercenary. In this film, Tyler is initially hired to rescue the family of an abusive crime lord from a prison in the Eastern European country of Georgia. This is one of those rare sequels that's actually better than the first. Extraction 2 has a much improved storyline, the stunt work is excellent, fantastic CGI, and it just may be one of the best action films released over the last couple of years. In the top spot, coming in at number 1, is the dark comedy thriller Hitman. Based in New Orleans, of which I have no bias, it stars Glenn Powell, who is a professor of psychology and philosophy at the University of New Orleans, while also working as an undercover police contractor who poses as a reliable hitman as he tries to save a woman in need. Hitman is highly entertaining. It's wickedly funny, with a brilliant story and clever twists and turns throughout. Hitman is one of those films that gets better the deeper you get into it, with a fabulous ending. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you to find a new movie to watch, give it a thumbs up. What Netflix original film is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And if you're new to our channel, subscribe and click the bell to stay up to date with our latest top 10s and other tech-related stuff.